Here are some trip tips from UTA to make bringing your bike on transit a little easier. First of all, thank you for both taking UTA and riding your bike. Here's how to take a bike on a UTA bus. When the bus pulls up, make sure the driver sees you and wait for it to completely stop. The bike rack may look like this or this. It may be in the up position, so you may not see the release handle right away. To put the rack into the right position, squeeze the release handle and lower the rack toward you. Keep in mind it may be heavy for some people. They are labeled, but if the label is faded, the front tire goes on the same side as the tire hook. Lift your bike and place it in the rack with the front tire in the correct slot. Pull the tire hook up and place it over the front tire to secure it. Of course, you can always ask the bus operator for help with the rack. Here's a good tip. Make sure to grab the curved hook and not the shaft, because the shaft has grease on it. Make sure you remove items that could fall off your bike, like your helmet, water bottles, saddlebags, etc. Once your bike is secure, come aboard, pay your fare, and have a seat. You can also ask the bus operator for a bike card. Handing the bike card back to the bus operator reminds them to wait while you retrieve your bike. When you get to your destination, wait for the bus to stop and tap off if you paid with an electronic pass. Raise the hook off of your front tire and unload your bike. If yours was the only bike, squeeze the release handle and raise the bike rack into the up position. For your safety, step to the curb with your bike and allow the bus to pull away. Now here's how to take your bike on TRAX. While waiting on the platform, make sure your feet and your bike are behind the yellow line. If the TRAX train you're waiting for is older and it looks like this, a blue line train, stand on the platform but not on the high block. That's the cement ramp, and it's really for people with a disability. Also keep in mind, it's easier to board the older TRAX cars on the front or rear ends of the car, not the middle, because there's simply a bit more maneuvering room on the ends. Wait for the train to stop and open the door. Just remember to allow the other passengers off the train first. They might have a connection to make. Also with older trains, you'll need to carry your bike up the stairs. Just be mindful of passengers and poles. Also, please don't store your bike in the well of the doorway. It causes delays and can damage your bike or the doors. However, the newer TRAX and the S-Line cars have a lower floor, so you can just walk your bike in. Also, on the newer TRAX cars, we've installed some bike hooks. Just lift your bike vertically, put your front tire in the hook, and your back tire in the groove on the bottom. Again, remove things from your bike that may fall off. If there's a seat available, feel free to sit. If not, you'll need a stand with your bike. Use the poles or handles to hold on. It is a moving train after all. Before your station comes up, be ready ahead of time. Gather your things and have your bike ready. When the doors open, watch your step, exit the train, and remember to tap off if you use an electronic fare card. Now, if you want to take your bike on FrontRunner, look for the train car with a bike symbol on it. It will also read bike-friendly car on the side. As always, keeping your feet and bike behind the yellow line. Let the train stop, open the door, but allow the other passengers off the train before you go in. Again, they may have a connection to make. FrontRunner is level to the platform, so just roll your bike in and find a slot in the rack. During peak commute times or community events, it may be a full train. If the bike racks are full, you may need to stand near or with your bike. If not, find a seat and enjoy the ride. Of course, do your best to keep your bike, saddlebags, etc. out of the aisle so other people can pass. Sometimes we have 2 bike cars on a train. We created the bike car by removing all the seats from one side and replacing them with bike racks. Again, it helps everyone to be ready ahead of time. So before you arrive at your station, gather your things, take your bike out of the rack, and make your way toward the doors. Hold on to the poles as you make your way. The train does shift. And remember to tap off if you use an electronic fare card. Please remember, no matter how skilled you are as a rider, it is far safer to walk your bike on the platform. UTA works very hard to partner with the community and connect cyclists with the transit system. We often seek input from people to know where they need bike lanes so we can help improve transit connections. We also partnered with Salt Lake City in getting green bike stations near public transit. Many people commute on the train, then ride their bike to work or school. Some people like the option of renting one of UTA's long-term bike lockers at the station. They're the red, white, and blue lockers. The silver ones are e-lockers. People use those for short-term storage. They cost about 5 cents per hour, but both are simple to operate. UTA has also installed bike repair stands at several stations. They have the tools you'll need to make basic repairs to your bike, from changing a tire to adjusting your brakes. We hope you find these tips helpful, and thank you again for riding UTA and your bike.